All right, so we're back, but I think I'm just gonna leave the full screen cat cam on for a bit because she is so adorable. People are noting that there's some fur missing there. Yeah, on purpose. Don't worry, guys. She didn't just forget it. She's like, Mom, we gotta go back to the adoption place. I forgot some fur there. It's for my tummy. Well, we had so many bits coming during the break. I just want to give a thank you to all of you. If we have enough downtime, I'll take the time to read all the names out individually. But I did tweet out a screenshot of you guys. And I titled it, Art, fuck you. No, fuck you. Because that's... I feel like great... I was actually talking with Zombium about this during the break. I love this, that Bit Boss Battle has caused this, right? Like, obviously, it's really nice in the stream dream for somebody to come in and drop, like, you know, 30,000 bits, like, at the top of the stream. Shout out to Therminator. And that's really fucking cool and great for us. But it's more fun watching you guys fight each other. In fact, the second most fun instance I think we've had with bits recently was the other day when we had people working together to take down the bit bosses. We had actual combos and teams. It was like teams of 2 that were fighting. It was like I think it was 3 teams of 2, so it was like a 2v2v2 in the Bit Boss channel where people were working together to kill the bosses and time it out to give the other guy like the kill. So like the first guy would punch and the second guy would finish him off. I've actually genuinely, like, I almost wish there was a way to do this without money, but I fucking love what Bit Boss has done. It's so fun and so nice. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. I guess we're going back to regular camera now. Although maybe wait a sec. Was she gonna climb up? Is she gonna? Oh, I love when cats do this. This is my favorite. I get to go home tonight, so I'll get to see Millie for a little bit at least, which would be nice. But then I gotta go to the dentist tomorrow, which sucks butts.
I know that sucks.
Hey, Swagner coming back in. He just laid down his claim on Twitter. He says he's coming back into it. It's gonna take some time to kill Boris, but it's gonna be worth it at some point. Anyways, for those who don't know what's going on, you're just joining us on the stream. You're like, why? I thought Team Liquid said there was a tournament going on. Why am I watching a fucking cat and a cat lady? At the moment, she's so cute. At the moment, we are waiting for both of the semifinals matches. For those who don't know how the Corsair Cup works, we cast both semifinals and the grand finals from this point onward. So it is a matter of waiting for Optimus or Bly to get an opponent. When they have an opponent, we'll cast that best of 3. We'll cast the other best of 3, and then the best of 5 grand finale.
Yeah. Been unfortunate timing. So we're just waiting for a semifinal. Kitty, you're so small and tiny. You're so light and fluffy.
Well, kitty cat. Has she? Hold on. This is a really important question. Has she, or whatever happened with that cat mix table thing I got you a while ago?
I think it's out in the garage. I moved it when we moved the water bowl.
I'm wondering if she would play with it because she's like Apollo. I feel is old, so it's like I don't give a fuck about newfangled toys. But a new kitty cat might be like, oh, I've never seen anything like this before. It's my first time ever. Let's play with it.
Maybe she does use some of the scratching posts. I could let her try it.
Maybe. For those who don't know what I'm describing right now, we actually a while ago I sent Simon a cat gift, and it was this like it's this cardboard turntable. So the idea is the cat would scratch at it, it would look like it was mixing like a DJ thing. So unfortunately, her older cat Apollo did not quite buy into it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool turntable though.
Yeah, I was sad because like it wasn't even like, oh my god, I wasted this money on a gift. Like I was just sad because I thought Apollo would be into it, right? And I'm like, Because for those who don't, when I sent it to Zombie 2, I did not address it to like Jessica Chinega, Kara Blank. I addressed it to Apollo. I'm like, this gift is for your cat. I want to make that clear. This isn't for you. This is for your cat, okay?
Just pressing all types of buttons. Just refresh the stream.
If Zombie's call randomly drops, we'll know why.
Yeah.
People still chipping away at Boris 1 bit at a time. I like it. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Menins, 7 months.
She's done with me. She got what she came for. She's done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now she gotta figure out how to open the door.
So she's trapped still. Again, while we're waiting, guys, like I've been watching to see if like maybe we can catch game 3, right, of like Nerdju and Beastie, or game 3 of like uThermal TLO or things like that. But they're still all in games. If you haven't seen 2, as we mentioned before, Beastie is streaming his point of view on the matches. So if you really are bored, I would absolutely recommend checking it out on his Twitch channel. I rolled a nat 20 on this hit. Yo, Swag Nerd is not just a swag nerd. He's like a true-on nerd. But Boris is like a fuck you nerd. Because all that damage.
Got him.
We had like 7 people chipping away at Boris. Like 1 bit at a time, 10 bits at a time. Boris is just like, nah, full health. Not a problem. I cast heal. I got a nat 20 on that heal.
Well, for those asking where Apollo is, he's sitting, looking very dejected, off to the side. No longer the
so lonely.
queen. No longer the king. He's replaced by a queen. It's okay. It's alright.
Hail to the king, baby.
It's okay, Apollo. I still love you. Oh, yeah, I called your name. I did. Come on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna post another piece of art on Twitter. Hang on. This
Okay,
one's called.
Can't wait.
It's called "Fuck You Too, Electric Boogaloo."
In 2 years, is going to be 12 to 13 cats in a room. Never gone above 5. Don't plan on it. I don't plan my cat growth, exponentially. Damn, these TVZs though.
Yeah,
all the Protoss are dead.
it is taking some time.
It's like the opposite of the Korea.
We have a results. uThermal has defeated TLO, so we're gonna have uThermal and Optimus in a TvT. And oh my god, this is straight up like Luke versus Darth Vader, okay? Optimus is like uThermal's father. uThermal's like the young, new, up-and-coming, like, badass protagonist. Let's see how this goes.
You're not wrong, like, age-wise, but I feel like,
I don't even mean age-wise, because uThermal's talked a lot about how, like, Optimus influenced the way he's played the game, so...
Okay, in that way then, but really when it comes to, like, people who know these 2 names, they're gonna know uThermal a lot better and a lot more than Optimus.
Oh, that's, you know what, that is actually a fair point. So I guess, like, well, the thing is, though, I think who do you know better? Like, if it was the difference of, like, Jar Jar Binks versus Anakin Skywalker, it'd be clear-cut, but, like, this is Luke and Darth Vader, who are both very clear-cut main characters.
Jar Jar Binks, man, like, he's so notorious, he might actually be more popular.
Well, he's more powerful, we know that much. He's, like, the ultimate Sith Lord.
Shut up. I think Darth Vader is definitely more popular than Luke Skywalker. To be honest, Luke Skywalker is kind of like, He's never been the big deal about Star Wars,
Guys, important question before we start.
Which one of you is Darth Vader?
If one of you was Darth Vader and the other was Luke Skywalker, who would be who? And I think, isn't Vader like father in Dutch or something?
Yeah, but that wasn't actually why he was named Darth Vader, despite everyone's claims.
Well, no, but isn't uThermal Dutch? So wouldn't he actually be Darth Vader? Wait,
both?
uThermal is... Well, I don't know. Wait, is Optimus Dutch as well?
We're talking to each other. Seems more like a Prince Thunderant. What the fuck? What are they talking about?
Yo, Swagner coming in with the big swinging bat. He's had enough of Boris's shit. Just $1,000. The Cat Bard has inspired us a bit. Khajiit has wares, dude. Khajiit has wares. Oh, us bit ballers. Sorry, get cut off there. I missed the bit ballers part.
Oh yeah.
Well, they haven't answered, so I'm just gonna sign it. You know what? I think we're gonna change it up entirely. This is gonna be Princess Leia, young Princess Leia versus Padme, because they're both just so great to watch and look at. That got pervy. That's not what I meant. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let's get in the game. Hey, oh whoa, wait, the bits stayed? Question mark. This didn't reset to 100 for once. Oh wait, oh no! Okay, you didn't see what just happened. It's okay, guys. We'll pretend nothing happened. But Nervot's gonna reset the count. I feel so bad right now. There's poor Swagnerd. He's like injured from battle. He just had like an epic fight. He's Goku looking for a sensu bean, and before he can get one, Nervot's just like, fuck you, slaps him down. Oh, but never mind, Swagnerd.
Back at it.
Shuts him back down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got fights going on in chat. We got fights going on in game. It's the semifinals of the Corsair Cup. Spawning. Whoa! We just had like Cell step into the arena.
For the Empire.
Spawning here in the bottom right side of the map, it is going to be Dead Pixel's Blue Terran Optimus.
In the top left, as the Red Terran, he is Liquid uThermal.
Now, we got to be favoring uThermal, right? Like, he's just, all in all, a good player. But I do feel like these two, actually, they know each other so well. And TvT, it's like the one matchup I feel that isn't really about builds. You're not questioning mech versus non-mech. You're not wondering about marine timing. I think the only thing you're worried about is like whether they went CC first or not. Beyond that, it's going to be marine tanks, it's going to be positioning, and it's going to be play style. So I think there's an actual chance where Optimus could take this series. If he knows uThermal well enough and knows exactly like how the drops come in, where the tank pushes tend to like angle from, things like that.
They haven't played recently at all, but what's funny is that uThermal has won every single series they've ever played.
Okay,
I'm not even kidding. They played 15 series.
Well, that lines up though, where it's like, for me, I see potential in Optimus.
Oh my god.
But favor uThermal.
I don't think I've ever seen an Illugulag like this. Not to like rack on Optimus too much, because it's probably what it's gonna come off as, but in 4 years, yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, they definitely play on ladder, right? And that could be who knows what type of score they have on ladder. So, anyways, I do agree though. I think Optimus certainly is beginning more of good results, even if they're not super fantastic results lately. And TvT has been a different beast in every single year. So
that's true. We noted, by the way, that there was a big slap down of bits, but we didn't quite give credit to Boak. Thank you for the 1,500 bits. I like that he kappa and for the Empire, but we didn't give him his actual name shout out. So thank you very much for being the bit boss.
Yeah.
Now this was odd. Optimus, I swear I thought he saw that Reaper was going to chase it from behind, but I guess he just missed it. So both players with 2 Reapers apiece, and a little bit paranoid now because they don't know where the other is.
Yeah. Well, you got to do your checklist of TvT, which is, did they one base? Did I one base? Did they go for a CC? Did they go for 2 Ravens? Like, I don't know. Certainly when it comes to one versus one base, you gotta figure out what they're doing.
I did mention builds not varying, but I think that's actually that's the Raven specifically where it gets interesting. I really do like the 2 Raven build. I think innovation has not just popularized it, but proven that it can be good in a lot of scenarios. But we will sometimes see people only go for like the 1.
Whoa! Wow!
Wow! Wow! I feel like we're playing Super Smash Bros. Because we're pulling players from like, Star Wars and D&D, and now we got Mega Man stepping in. Mega Man Red, aka Proto Man, I guess. 5,000 bits. Holy guacamole! The Bit Boss, the king, has arrived. Oh,
Optimus also takes the reins of that Reaper battle. Very interesting scuffle. Not too important though, as they both take over such similar builds. Like the chances of it snowballing were very, very low.
I like to imagine that suicidal grenade. It's kind of like the equivalent of the Mad Max thing, right? Where they spray the thing in their mouth. I die, I live, I die again.
Witness me, yeah. But no, like it really, like TvT really, I've had such a fascinating matchup, and I like it and TvZ too, because I really feel like there's a distinguishable early, mid, and late game. Where some other ones are really just like, okay, I macroed and then I decided to play like Immortals. Like, oh.
It's almost like a play, right? Like it's got Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, right?
Yeah. And I mean, certainly sometimes it does skip into Act 2, I suppose. We're going with that analogy real quick, like other matchups. But there's also the really big difference makers in the early game where if someone did take 2 Reapers out immediately, that is a huge impact for the mid and even the late game, but not really the case here. I mean, they both opened up 1 base, but they also played very defensive with their 1 base, so no one took any real risks, and they get two base with similar units. I think Optimus went for a faster double barracks, though. Yes, he did, definitely. I was going to say that looked to be just, in general, quite quick double barracks in addition. Like, usually we see Terrans more... Yeah, use their 1-1-1 a little bit longer, a little bit more. So Optimus will have this like really substantial stim timing.
Well, it's still going to be Raven versus Raven on equal matches. I think we talked about this very briefly, but I want to revisit it because auto turrets are insanely powerful. You want to kill a tank? You want to stop Marines that have tech over you like stim? Auto turrets will get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
He'll see the tank out here too, so hopefully, I'm not sure if that'll prompt him to move his, because I think for Optimus, right here's a great spot to siege up with very low risk, high reward. Whoa,
oh, man.
That Marine got fast tracked to heaven.
Okay, I didn't see that part. I guess uThermal had his own counter Ravens, and he even has a Viking here, so it's a bit of a problem.
Oh.
The Viking's controlled. But, you know, with those only 2 tanks, I thought Optimus was going to go for a break. The auto turret, like 4 auto turrets saw with 2 tanks, especially in their dead zone, would have killed them quite quickly.
Yeah, I agree. Like you just lay those down the front lines, it's just gonna move behind it. But one of these guys is gonna run out of space, loses a Raven.
That's not supposed to happen, and that's now gives an opportunity for uThermal.
You know what they say moves about that? Like that?
What?
That was so Raven.
Yes, it was.
You know,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna mention. I think a big part of why this failed over here, like without the Ravens, there was no high ground vision. There's like no hope to actually make that attack work.
True that. But I was gonna say, Civ timing didn't end up being quite as different as I thought it was gonna be. Like uThermal did get a tech lab pretty quickly on his single barracks, and he does have 2 more barracks now.
This is a nice catch. This is a really nice catch.
Yeah. He'll lose the Ravens, plural maybe. Cyclone lock on. Huh. Just kidding.
Well,
Cyclone's gonna die.
Auto turrets are a hell of a thing.
Oh, there's like combined like the high auto turret damage with the very, very low cyclone damage that Raven lives. So funny. But anyways, Stim is done, and Optimus still does have like you know, control over this map and this game. He's going for 3rd CC, he's going for, you know, equal number of barracks and everything, but just already on the side of the map, uThermal loses a tank. Optimus trades out like 6 Marines for it. I think that's worth it. Take him out of back, save the world.
Go away. I haven't heard that quote in like God knows how long.
Classic. Classic. Not classic is sending a siege tank to your opponent's tank Marines.
Or foreigners that don't play Protoss.
That's true. So that was just a hotkey mistake. Really, 1 tank there was looking a bit awkward anyways, because his original plan was to doom drop. It just, you know, it didn't work, so he probably should have sent it back, but oh well.
This, I thought he was going to go maybe a little bit more dedicated, though. Like, maybe split the 2 drops, not just pull back entirely, but I guess worried about an attack from uThermal. One thing to note is there's not really that Marine, right, in every pathway and, like, depots in the corner of the map, so it's really hard for Optimus or uThermal to know from which direction an attack comes. But that, for me, isn't so crazy. Well, now he spread them out. But as I say, part of this is, like, intuition. Like, again, these guys, okay, maybe this is a very uThermal-sided rivalry, but it's one where if you've played 15 best ofs in tournaments plus ladder plus theory crafting and practice with a friend, like, you know your opponent pretty well, I'd say.
Well, only 1 tank doesn't really cover against much, to be honest.
Auto turrets will push this back, actually.
Yeah, but still, job done. Lifted the 3rd command center, got a tank and 2 SCVs, and the drop still is giving uThermal a headache. He has to wait for a few more reinforcements.
Yeah, that's true. And the auto turrets are timed out now, too, so if he drops on top of this, he can just get on top of the dead zone of that tank. Goes a little bit shallow, hits the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, that 1 medevac was already so low, and 2 Vikings really do have a lot of power. Still, he'll get another tank for it? No!
That auto turret saved the day, for real. That did some serious damage towards the end, but As you said, like it lifted the command center. In fact, if we look at the income graph, you can see just where that spike hit. It was right around where the command center got lifted. Problem is, like, it's not just that he got a command center up and lifted. He established his own behind this. So yeah. Optimus is looking good on the money front for the time being, and he's got a little bit of an army supply lead. Not sure if it's TvT though. Like, this doesn't mean you ought to win. You don't get to brute force with numbers because you'll run into tank lines, positioning. Like, I like where Optimus is, but he hasn't won this yet. I guess the way I'll finish that.
I like it a lot, actually. Up 30 army supply, and I think he's going to advance in upgrades in a second here. Like, not by much, but he did add the second engineering bay and armory a little bit faster, so he could get that step up. But yeah, he's definitely taking control of the game. He's the one that's being aggressive and seemingly losing more, but his trades are so worth it. So they've actually been just a steady rise for him and his army supply, and his economy obviously has been great. But one bad doom drop could end the game for either player.
What if this was like a parent trap situation? And these two are playing on each other's counts right now to trick us.
Oh, their playstyles, I feel like they aren't that similar.
No, I'm just saying, if Optimus wins with that 15-0 like loss record.
Yeah, right. One, Lindsay Lohan was English, the other one wasn't. They managed to do it, so.
Oh, this is unfortunate, but also really nice for uThermal. As Optimus is going to have that 4th CC almost certainly canceled. The tanks get stimmed upon. There's not really any air support, though, so if it comes down to a real fight, I don't know how much money he can... Yeah, he's going to have to walk away from that.
Oh, my bad on the upgrades, by the way. I didn't realize Optimus hadn't started his +1 armor, so he's just straight up behind on that.
Man, I feel like that's a theme for a lot of these Terran games, I'm guessing. You remember Beyond vs. Innovation? First off, how insane Beyond and Innovation was despite the 2-0?
Yeah. Upgrades have been substantial in these CVTs lately. Okay, well, that could be a big deal. That's not, like, one upgrade difference I don't think covers 30 army supply.
This is crazy. If uThermal actually saves these Marines, that's huge.
Well, they weren't... I don't... Can you... can't really save them. Like, either way, they're gonna get stemmed and not have too much damage.
There's that Shooting Star song that's been going around. I want to just cue that up every time we see like the Marine Corps just start flying out like that.
Well, looks like
uThermal's walk by. Gonna go for round 2.
That's not gonna work. Well, this is gonna see that most of the armies at the 3rd base. This is gonna get stemmed once and die to a single tank. Although it is canceling production, so I guess so. But that doom drop in the name.
Oh, zooming past the shark.
Marines already responding. They aren't choked up on the ramp.
If Optimus was moving in simultaneously and killing the 3rd, this army would be worth perhaps losing. Not that he's losing it just yet, but there's no action going on down here. I thought for sure this was like the bait and switch, right?
Yeah, just a little bit too much.
Canceling armor's huge because he was behind on his.
Yeah, now he's definitely going to be heading upgrades. In fact, he's going to have that +2 attack in just a few seconds here. But yeah, too many tanks, a little bit too much SimCity as well for that 3rd base to be cracked. Once again, having his tanks just AI to that 3rd is a little bit awkward. Gets away with some medevacs, but he did lose his entire doom drop. But again, I think that trade was okay. It was not worth it.
Well, you know, I think it was because of the upgrade kills. I think that was actually really big for Optimus. Because not only does he now have an upgrade lead where he was disadvantaged before, but he's going to maintain that as he moves on to +3, and uThermal's left with no engineering base. He's remaking them both right now, so even just getting to 2-2 is going to be a pain.
That's a good point. He did lose about 40 army supply advantage, though, or 30, whatever it was. Yeah, and uThermal has this time where he's only down a single upgrade. Oh my god. Oh, that's a really good find. That's a really good start.
Oh
and his own tanks are about to obliterate. Oh, I don't know about this.
Well, they'll get shots and the Marines should trade out, but the 2 weapon upgrades on Optimus is going to be good at the end of the day. Corpse is flying like confetti, and uThermal has to pull away from this.
That was so close. If those 4 tanks had a second shot off, I got man.
Oh my god, the one medevac. He's looking for the needle in the haystack. Is what he's doing.
This is...
He can lift this. There's no reason to lose this.
Well, unfortunately, Optimus is already on his 4, so uThermal just down in upgrades, down in army supply, down almost an entire command center. That got real low.
Wow.
But, holding now is just in a bad position.
I will say I'm impressed with Optimus for a lot of things, and I was worried like, okay, we're gonna start seeing some throws, right? You walk tanks into Marines, you lose these awkward fights, but again, so much of this comes down to, for me, he's about to have that 2-2, and 1-1 versus 2-2 is gonna be pretty tough for uThermal to take any sort of Marine fight with.
Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna be game, isn't it? Let's use his tanks. His
I kind of feel like,
Optimus reinforcements come in.
His own Marines get obliterate all the medevacs. uThermal can't really afford to replace those. GG, Optimus takes game number 1. Well done. I really gotta say, well done. But guys, we're gonna head off to a small commercial break. I have to actually fix something on my end, so this will time out well to give me that excuse. And we'll see you guys for game 2 as soon as we get back. Thanks for watching. All right, folks, we're back and continuing on here with some cat cannon action. I do want to note, I'm not sure what's changed, but the numbers seem to be staying. Question mark with the BitBoss thing. I don't know. This thing is on and off pretty broken for us. I really enjoy what it's done for the channel. Wait, does that have a different number now than it did before we went to the break?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna swap scenes for a sec, guys. Hang on. We're ready to go whenever the players, but hang on. Let me. No, it's staying at a number, but I don't think there's no. I could just be crazy. I can't. The BitBoss gets all weird and stupid, and I don't know. There's no way to fix it when it breaks.
That would help on a 3-minute delay. Okay, ready.
Thanks, Zombie Cube. By the way, well, we may or may not be having hiccups with the BitBoss. We are having a great series on our hand. It was a good first game. People have been asking, though, what about Nurtio? And I do want to say that we will be casting Bly versus whether it's Nurtio or Beastie. I don't know what the actual score is, but on the brackets right now, Beastie's up 1-0, which is damn impressive, I will say. Yeah,
it is. Beastie's been doing a lot better as of late.
Yeah, for sure. Gonna kick off this game with a quick thank you, though, to, who was that? Siznaka came in with 33 months. Crazy enough for 14. And I think we got men-ins, but just the double shout-out to be safe. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel once again. I hope you're excited for the new Twitch stuff, which I guess we'll go into in a moment or two. But to kick off game number 2, it was his map pick. In the bottom right, it is Team Liquid's uThermal.
In the top right, it's the blue Terran. It is Optimus. I almost messed that up so much. I almost said, like, bottom right blue Protoss. Optimus.
Nice. Get some poetry with it. So Nervoth asks in the chat, did I miss a Bizzle Reef today, or was it never played? I don't actually have everything fully ported to the computer, guys, and because we've just been kind of, I'm gonna be honest, my life's been a bit of a mess in terms of like sleep. I've just not found the time to fix this, as I've been quite stressed over taxes and stuff. So we'll get production set up fully good to go. You'll notice like the scene transitions are missing too. It is a bit rough around the edges, but I do plan to clean that up soon. But yeah, Optimus up 1-0 is certainly impressive, but he still has to bring it all the way home, right? Like, this series isn't over until it's over, and I think uThermal's so good at this matchup that I wouldn't count him out just yet.
Oh, certainly. Got his map choice, too, which in TvT, obviously a mirror matchup, not too abusive in terms of, like, I have medevacs and you don't. More in just the way that you play and how you want to play. So depending on the map spawns, you could actually change his style actually really differently. Vertical spawn, I would say, usually just doesn't feel good for the person in uThermal's position, though. Like, no matter what race you're facing, it's kind of hard to say. As Optimus can now drop into his natural, and Protoss could warp prism into his natural, and Zergs could even send Mutids into his natural. The point is, your natural looks to be a lot more vulnerable.
Also, I would like to point out, I guess I am not on crazy pills. Chat's confirming, and especially Mega Man himself is confirming that he lost HP on the scene transition. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. I've tried bug reporting, and the developer actually, a very sad response actually during the commercial break I received was, after extensive testing on multiple machines and with many users, I have no further advice on the solution. Sorry about that. So some of the bugs we've been experiencing, I guess, are just not going to get fixed. I mean, it is still like an in development thing. It's not going to be perfect. It just sucks that we got hit with bugs with it.
Yeah, I imagine it was such a. I mean, it is still kind of a small thing, but as more streamers are going to use it, I feel like he's just going to get overrun with potential bug problems.
Well, his implication in the follow-up tweet was that it is maybe just me, and I'm willing to accept that that's the case, but I don't know what I can change. Because as far as I'm aware, it's not like I've modified this. This is a simple copy-paste thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, well. Don't know where each other are yet, which is kind of funny. Or at least Optimus doesn't know where uThermal is. So.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate too if you're the one. Well, they both one base, I guess. It doesn't actually matter. But if you do one base, you kind of want to get your units over there as quick as possible and start the snowball rolling. At least scout what they're doing. So, for instance, here Optimus just completely misses the medevac. Unless his unit's off to the top right. We'll see it. Oh, actually, these Reapers will see it.
With that boost, you might just catch the Hellion or the Reapers with those Hellions. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, pretty cool idea. Again, they are going for very similar builds. So a medevac, also for Optimus, is going to be able to deny the natural, but is probably going to be a little sad to note that that's not a saturated natural.
He doesn't actually kill the SCV, and maybe he missed that. That's a pretty big deal.
Reapers micro do take on Hellions pretty nicely. That was good stuff.
So I was letting that laugh because I like the logic here of death by 1,000 cuts. His stream is trying to kill the Bit Boss literally one damage at a time. You just keep seeing this thing swing, swing, swing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, this is interesting too. We got a Raven follow-up at Optimus, which I like for a lot of different reasons, but I like more so because uThermal always a bit supply blocked because of the delayed command center, but the Cloaked Banshee will be, I think, easily dealt with.
Oh,
however, the Hellions, actually, they are defended. There's a tank made. I didn't see that. Oh,
the Reapers also went to the main base, though. There's actually nothing here to defend. Finally, the Cyclone comes from defending the north part of his base, but it goes to the wrong position because he's microing on the other side of the map.
Oh, God.
So 7 SCVs go down, maybe 8. Up, almost.
Well, if he gets kills with the Hellions, he can make this worthwhile, but it's harder to pull off when you've got Marines and that possible auto turret just waiting to come down.
Really not that bad, though. Does even it up to 7 versus... Okay, 8 versus 5. Way to go, Reaper. But still, all of the Hellions are alive. One is very low, but this has been so easy, quote-unquote, easy for Optimus because his army's been in one position. You know, okay, there goes the one Hellion, but still, a minute later, and he's trying to take a third or, you know, move out or anything, and these Hellions come back, that could be a lot more damage. Or the Banshee will do it. You know, either one. uThermal has a lot of chances to kill SCVs, whereas Optimus, what is this, 2 Hellions? Yeah, 2 Hellions, not nearly as scary as 3, which is not nearly as scary as 4. Oh my god. Math. Counting. Okay, there goes that mule. Whereas Optimus does try and drop the 2 Hellions, but nothing's really lining up for him.
You know, I don't know another TvT we've cast that's had so much Hellion drop action, much less from both players simultaneously. Grand total of 13 to 8 SCVs. There was a pretty big note where, you know, this command center got held up, so uThermal was a bit rough around the edges there, but 31 workers to 25. Both players are on their way to stim. I guess Optimus has a bit of a lead in that category, but here's that Banshee, and we're going to finally get to see if this can maybe tip the scales. There is a Raven. He's not auto-turreting. You know, these Hellions, I like these Hellions at Optimus quite a bit more. They're not killing a lot of SCVs, but what they are doing is stopping production. Like, these extra barracks should have been long since finished, and they're all stalled out.
Yeah, it is usually. I mean, we saw it last game. It's 1-3-5, and instead here it is 1-5, which could have cut into a stim even more, but he did swap the tech lab onto that Rax, so he's still like a minute behind that of Optimus is, but could have been worse.
I'm loving the teamwork. I'm not even watching chat anymore for the bits. I'm watching the XSplit thing that just shows all the damage being done. What a time. It would take a long time to actually kill Mega Man Red at this rate. But I love the teamwork, guys. I really do. Good job, Twitch chat. It's like you guys almost counted to 10.
Almost.
They got to 4. You know, they're on their way. Now that's a bit of a problem. Doesn't slaughter the SCVs, but this does kind of bring that worker count even. I'm actually, what's the income graph looking like? That's what I'm most curious behind this. And I guess uThermal did get a really big lead at some point. I guess like maybe Optimus had pulled some workers away, or there's a missing mule. But the point is, he's still maintaining that lead for a bit, and now they're trading out once again. I guess it is mule drops. I'm just looking to see if workers are getting pulled or not, but it's not the case. I mean, here it is, obviously, with the Ravens, but... Yo, Optimus is, he's proven to be very formidable, I gotta say. Like, this command center is actually half dead. Like, a good drop actually kills the natural.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but you're right. Attack at the front base, attempted, doesn't work out. Drop here, attempted, doesn't work out. I mean, it's like the same three Hellions. And, yeah, they end up being quite even all said and done here. Combat shield pretty close together. I guess uThermal does have a +1 upgrade lead like he did last game. So Optimus has to catch up with double engineering bay, but SCV and army supply is very similar.
Well, I think what's
Hellions
important too
again?
is... Yeah, this is being deflected, but man, uThermal's made this last, right? I was going to say, though, what's nice is that they aren't going to be missing a combat shields timing, and I think that's way more devastating than any sort of engineering bay upgrade. So they're going to have combat shields finish almost like within milliseconds, literally within milliseconds of one another.
Yep, very close. Well, Optimus saves an entire medevac's worth of units. That'll come back in later, and without medevacs, this push... Oh, there's the medevacs. Ravens see them on the way, too. But the medevacs also see the Ravens, so they gotta be careful. Still no Vikings to come and chase these off, so just more kind of free damage. The army of uThermal is a little bit scary, being up about 15 army supply. But to note, like, that some of that's already at home, like 2 tanks and a handful of Marines. So I think Optimus is fine.
But Optimus is going to take, like, there's some free things to pick off on this front line, right? Like, depots be first to go. That might supply block. In fact, that will supply block Optimus, even with that new CC coming up. He'll lose the reactors, the tech lab. Like, there's a lot of very vulnerable things on this ramp, unfortunately.
That's
Hell,
okay,
the starport might straight up die.
Oh, that's not okay. I was going to make a joke, though, that uThermal's also supply blocked, and he hasn't recognized that yet, but the starport going down is not supposed to happen.
Oh, my God. I don't actually know. I don't know what you do about that.
You immediately rebuild it, so the Optimus is definitely panicking a little bit here. He's not controlling, well, he can't do anything really with his Ravens or his drop anymore, as the reinforcements of uThermal are just too large. And, you know, if he can't break out now and that army reinforces, then he is in trouble. He can't even use the 30 build. He's starting to build double starport, and he doesn't have enough Marines to cover his tanks. This isn't really a very good break at all, and he's down 30 army supply. They need a Tempest of Chaos for the new Twitch Prime sub. But I do believe Optimus is double starport. I really think it's a mistake. Like, he's lost about 2 rounds, I think, of medevac production. Assuming that he swaps a reactor onto it, I suppose. But I don't think you make up with that for 2 starports. But it looks very intentional. They're right next to each other. Just 2 starports instead of winning a reactor. Okay. I guess.
Timing's important, Zombie Grub. Okay.
I agree, but I wonder if swapping with the barracks would have been more worthwhile. I don't know.
I gotta give a shout out to Black Hatter in chat, by the way. Black Hatter 283. I said it in chat, I'll say it here. He's like more dedicated than that Rift and Triple Chin troll, but this drop gets shut down.
Does it smell?
What?
Tripe. Tripe.
Oh, did I misspell
anyway.
it? I did.
Go.
It was the drop may have gotten shut down, but the front base was still compromised. A lot of production has been killed off here, and Optimus is just in shambles, frankly.
He is, yeah. This was simply just... I mean, it's a snowball effect, right? Like, being pushed like this, 2 bases versus 3, he was going to have that little moment of trouble, but he definitely also mishandled it.
Well, you know, for me, I look at this, and I feel like what we just witnessed was 2 guys who were evenly matched, having like an arm wrestling competition that couldn't break the other, and one finally... like wore out, like his stamina finally gave in, and that's what I feel kind of happened with Optimus, because like blow for blow, they were trading out the coolest Hellion versus Hellion drops. There was a lot of good auto turret harassment down on Optimus. How the Ravens are still sitting there chilling, almost killed a refinery, I guess. But at the end of the day, like, he's lost too much. Even if he were to clean up this army, his production is dead.
Wow, he's gonna try to take like a secret 3rd base. That's pretty desperate. I don't know if he's quite recognized how many SCVs he's lost, or maybe he thinks he's killed more SCVs of uThermals, which he has killed quite a few. Like, he's brought them down within 10 SCVs of each other, but... And no mining, I suppose, every time there's an auto turret down, but his army supply...
Straight up, the command center is burning. If uThermal doesn't recognize this, that could be bad.
He might not, and he doesn't even have that many minerals, mind you.
Oh.
Like, oh no, this is game over.
Yeah, he had the tank siege up, that was a maybe, but there we go. GG. Ties it up 1-1. That was another good game, in my honest opinion. Some people don't like TvT. I like TvT. Also, yeah, I went to refresh the bracket. I still don't see a victor between Beastie and Nurchio. I can only imagine what kind of like crazy ass game is going on over there right now.
Gotta be mech. Excuse me, doing a lot of mech.
I'm gonna open the stream and check real quick.
Turtle, turtle, turtle.
Oh, they're fresh into another game, so it must be 3-3. Or excuse me, tied up 1-1 and going to game 3.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 3-3 in a best of 3. It's really impressive. It's more than that Scarlet series. But okay.
They made 7 wrong maps.
7 wrong. They went through the whole map pool just to find the right one. Yo, Chad is dead. They've done 200. They've done at least 200 damage one bit at a time, and I love okay, majority of this is this Black Hatter guy, right? I love that he's trying to do the golden kappa check. Logic is more kappas, more cheers, more gold, right? But I love that other people are actually getting in on this too.
Oh yeah, everyone work together, teamwork.
This is like someone make it rain, but you're doing it with like African dollars, so they're worth nothing. But you're like $1 at a time, please. It's just like.
It's like the someone won a lawsuit that was really BS, so the other person paid them in like pennies.
Oh, I heard about it. Or no, it was like nickels or something, wasn't it? Like
yeah,
they had wheelbarrows.
It was like big companies too. Like it wasn't just like a personal feud. Yeah.
Actually, what I need to do is while we get the game going, I gotta scroll through my Twitter and find when you were in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And I tried to make it rain on you, but it failed miserably because I dropped the phone.
Yeah. People were normal enough with that GIF on Twitter, but I heard Twitch chat went crazy.
That was really fun, man. I can't wait till we can, I guess, Austin, just hang out again. Hopefully do some cool video content for the fans. Just hanging out was, like, pretty good times. But all right, folks, it is tied up now 1-1 as we get into Game 3. Spawning here in the bottom right, we got the blue Terran player from Team Liquid. It's uThermal.
And top left is the red Terran. He is Optimus.
Oh, they swapped colors, didn't they? It took me a moment to recognize why that felt so weird.
I think they swap colors every time.
No, there you go.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. I found the thing. I got to do this janky-ass screen regioning, though. Because XSplit's broken. The attempt to make it rain is so bad. But this is what's going on in chat right now. Anyways, getting into game, I will say I'd love that neither of these guys have done anything like super insane in terms of like, okay, here's like the 3 racks Reaper proxied on Paladino, which totally could have been an option. But instead they're both playing at home, close to the vest, and I guess are more comfortable. The bit macro.
You see how Nugget? Oh, never mind. Just kidding. Ruined it. Ruined it.
Huh?
I was gonna say, do you see how Nugget's sitting, but then she moved.
Oh, sorry, I don't have your camera open anymore. I was gonna note though, Megadog has taken the reins up. He's like, Black Hatter, bro. I can see your hands probably tired from copy pasting. Let me take over, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Also run out of pennies. So.
I guess we are gonna find out at some point though whether this does break the bot, and I guess this is more good feedback for the developer? Question mark. Like
good feedback.
Like it's actually struggling. What it's doing now is it's looping some of these together in groups of 5 and groups of 2. It's no longer doing just one at a time. If you guys watch the little damage thing up here, yeah, -4, -5. Meanwhile, in Twitch chat, what's actually happening? I know you guys are just here for StarCraft. Don't care about this. Look at it. It's one at a time coming from everybody in chat. But it's not registering as one at a time with the bot.
My chat experience.
Guys, they got a goal. This is like Twitch plays Pokemon. Twitch plays BitBoss, literally. Like everyone's like one button at a time trying to knock this guy down. Now we got Diet Soda is now joining with some Muxies.
This kind of reminds me that's like I was casting like a Fear Dragon's channel, right? And he was like getting angry, kind of, at the chat. So I put it on like emote only mode, and to get around it, everyone started donating 1 bit. Because you can type whatever you want when you donate 1 bit.
Yeah, the cheers of the bits. That's hilarious. I also can't really imagine Fear Dragon get mad about much, to be honest.
I know, right? He doesn't usually, but there's like that NA drama that I just like. It's just so oh god, NA sometimes. Just a bunch of high school drama.
Swag Nerd gonna provide everybody with a bit of a shortcut.
Yeah. Like I don't want to type this 403 times. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of slugfest in the middle of the map of Paladino and TvT, as they both are kind of... you got to commit to one base. Oh, that Hellion shot was lined up so well.
That was.
So, uThermal does win it, but with such low units, it's not really worth going up a ramp again. So, like, a second's about to pop out anyways. Yeah, the point was like you just gotta either play super defensively and like never touch each other in the middle, or you gotta poke and prod and actually see if there's any holes in your opponent's defense on Paladino short map.
So what I really like about pulling back is, first off, he like NASCAR pits up to repair and fix up the car. But secondly, like last game was such a good example of like both players, obviously, but uThermal in this case, getting away with Hellion drops. And having kept that third Hellion alive is a big deal if you want to follow through with this. So once again, he's going to be going to the main. But both players did something really important to note, and they built one of their depots in the smoke. So it's not going to be a surprise. It's not going to be like you just didn't see this coming because they unloaded for free and then walked over.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, surprisingly, there's been like one hidden smoke room map in about 1 out of every 3 map pools. So 1 every year, basically, I guess. And people have gotten good at remembering to place things back there. So
he skirts around the auto turret.
It's very scary.
You know,
even just big lineup.
Even just pulling the SUVs like this is pretty big when you consider they're both sitting on equal worker counts, right? These also stall out the command center. Oh, uThermal's Reaper is actually huge. Kills another SUV that was meant to finish it off. He'll get a couple Marine kills, maybe. Distracts. Did the medevac die?
No, it's way up in the corner. It just moved.
Way up there, Morty.
He's looking for a distraction. Brings a few units down here, but there's also still a few in the main. There's a Cyclone, actually, which is enough to kill 1 of the Hellions. It's very low. And 2 Hellions just won't deal as much damage as quickly, so that's exactly what happened, and uThermal just gets out of there.
Man, uThermal's nailing it so far. I mean, granted, it's not a flawless game by any stretch of the imagination. Finale says, let's make some progress. Yo, I'm waiting. Like, all these guys are working so hard, 1 at a time. Someone's going to be a dick and swoop in and just, like, do 100 to snipe the kill. 5 to snipe the kill, right? Like, I'm actually really curious with this 1 at a time progress, who is going to be the actual last hit? Who's going to be the...
That's what he said, like, the bit boss right now. It's like, I just want to see you defeat me.
Swagnerd's a dick.
Oh, there we go. Done.
GG!
Done.
Alright, now we can focus on the game, right? This is going to get the tech lab on the starport, but it wouldn't matter because the Vikings are camping the starport. Yo, look at everybody trying to snipe that. They knew it was getting low, so they tried... Mega Doc coming in, slays the other bit boss, but I think he was aiming for the first one.
Once again, Optimus finds himself in a difficult siege up position. So, like, the sooner you take care of it, the sooner, like, the easier it is, believe it or not. It's still a finesse game where you got to make sure to control every unit pretty specifically. So, uThermal does just cut his losses, realize that he's not snowballing like last game with such a limited amount of units, and goes back on home, hoping that he still messed up Optimus's build, which he did, a little bit at least, you know. Delayed his production. So all of it has to be slapped down, delayed his stim, so uThermal has about 30 seconds, even an entire minute ahead on that stim, and probably combat shields too. In fact, Optimus, still with no tech lab on his barracks, might want to go for double tech lab on his building barracks to have combat shields at a decent time.
People are still chipping away. This reminds me of people talking about, like, I'm a simple bit farmer. I like to farm my bits 1 at a time in the country. Just like...
Watch them 1 at a time.
I'm just a simple country chicken.
I'm just a simple country chicken.
Alright, uThermal's drop is going to get met with Ravens. I actually think Optimus should be able to hold here. He might take a couple of SCVs on that loss, but yeah, right? Ravens, that spook it away.
Big problems, though. Optimus did not go for double tech. No, he did, but he just not started combat shields. Well, still a problem. So he reduces his rain production, but it's the tiniest little bit, and he still is like way behind on that stim timing. So his combat shields will be fine, and it's +1, fine enough. But that stim is quite different, and that also means that his drops, like he's gonna drop, which you can do, but I think everyone knows that like stimless drops just kind of look really lame most of the time. So I don't know. I don't know what it's actually expecting to do. Sometimes it feels almost like they feel like they have to be scary because it's TvT, you know. Like the person who applies pressure is gonna have a lot of control in the game, but if you don't have stim, it's kind of weak, limp noodle type pressure. Goes into the natural with some units, saves the main for a little bit later. The Ravens, that's in the natural.
Oh, sorry.
One goes down, the other one almost dies.
The auto turrets though didn't really get to follow up on too much. It's unfortunate losing the Ravens like that, but this was a great distraction because Optimus manages to get into the back. He also takes out the smoke, so now uThermal actually doesn't have vision back here. He has to scan.
Nice, yeah. But it did, like, preemptive, too. There were 2 missile turrets back there, I believe. That was in addition to the supply depot, so that's why one of the medevacs died, and he only gets away with a tank and 2 Marines, and that just wasn't... didn't look super worth it. His stim is finally about to finish, though, so these drops will be as powerful as you would expect if he catches uThermal off guard. uThermal just defending and waiting for his time to really push out, though. There are even supplies, basically. A little bit up for Optimus, I suppose. And everything is done for both players now, up to the +1. But one player has a huge doom drop, while the other one only has 2 medevacs, and he's being a little bit hesitant with them as well. Unloads first. Scan into the main base reveals just barely there isn't any missile turrets. There could have been some in the way back over here, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that didn't help very much.
No,
This
was such a good drop out of uThermal. I love the tank positioning. It lined up so perfectly. Optimus has like an attempt at a counter, but I don't know. It's going to be really hard to get the same damage in. Now, uThermal may have overextended here trying to snipe off the tanks. He'll lose a lot of the Marines for it, meaning those tanks can get cleaned up, but at the same time, he defended pretty much perfectly. No SCVs lost back at home.
Yeah. He had specifically a group of units held back, well... 1, because there wasn't enough medevacs, but 2, also to help against these type of drops. So just picks up what he can, picks up his tanks.
This bits thing, by the way, is actually just straight up lagging, which is hilarious. Now, I am curious, though, how much has been generated from this, what do they call it, death by 1,000 cuts that's been going on. It's still happening. They're still killing each other 1 bit at a time. The chat experience has gone right out the window. But thank you, Nexikuro.
Probably like $1 buy all these by now.
Maybe, right? Thank you, Nexikuro. Appreciate the new bits coming in, man. And thank you for not doing them 1 at a time. Current mini bit boss, I suppose. I messaged, sorry, part of why I was typing there, guys, I was actually messaging Mega Man Red. As a bit of a thank you for starting this mess. Drop goes off in the main once again, though, and uThermal, I love the positioning. It favors him so much because it's not about Optimus just holding the back line. He can't protect his production, and this is kind of where the game fell apart last time, and looks like it's going to fall apart again. The command center gets lifted in the main. I don't know if uThermal can actually focus this down to kill it. No, he's going to fly it away.
I mean, it's doing so much damage. Yeah, GG.
GG.
Pretty cool.
I gotta say, like, that was that series is weird for a lot of very many different reasons, but looks like, oh, look, it broke again, guys.
Whoopsie.
I just feel so bad because, like, I know that the guy who is the bit boss, like, yeah, there's gonna be some sting where, like, hey, where'd all my health go? I thought I earned all this extra health, and it kind of sucks. But at the same time, like, the lower bit numbers seem to be encouraging people to play more. I don't fucking know. Anyways, looks like oh, hold up, I gotta get this call. Who the heck?